guys, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here. We are back for our second one-shot, our Patreon one-shot of the day. And if you like what we do here on the channel and you want to support us, the best way to do it is like these fine folks over on our Patreon. A link for that in the description down below. While you're down there, click on that Discord link. Join us in the Discord. Be a part of the community. Be a part of the conversation. And as always, in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see the corruption bar. That bar serves two purposes. One is when that bar fills, I unleash Zoo Terror, the likes of which only Mario knows, on these unsuspecting players. And two, every single dollar that goes into that goes back to this channel to do things like keep my lights on, keep me fed, hire editors, hire artists, all those fun things. And if you didn't get that Mario joke, shame on you. Figure it out. G, I'm looking at you, staring directly in the camera at you. Because I said it and you went, which is the what the fuck are you talking about face.
I'm not ashamed.
Gee, let me just I'm gonna go down memory lane here. It's a little bit of history here.
Okay.
Mario, the famous jumping on mushrooms plumber
Lopez?
from New York. His name is Mario. His brother, of course, Luigi Mario. Before he was a plumber, was a zookeeper in the original Donkey Kong game.
Wow.
See that? And now you know. And knowing is half the battle.
Yeah.
The other half, of course,
Knowing
being red
is
and blue lasers.
half my problem.
That's true. That is true. We are playing Zoo Mafia. This is a powered by the apocalypse game where these fine furred and or feathered friends are animals in a zoo. Regular ass animals. Sometimes they have pants on in a zoo. Occasionally hats, as you can see before you. In the 1920s/30s, which I just recently found out, in the height of
You would have known if you read the book.
In the height of the Prohibition.
If you had read the books, it would have been something completely different in space.
Yeah, I would have made it up. This game was written and developed by my friends over at Nerdarchy. If you like this, you can go to their website. You can sign up for this, get the same copy, run it for your friends, tweet at them at Nerdarchy, and let them know that you enjoyed this game, all that fun stuff. But for now, we go to the zoo. During the day, you're all animals. You're regular-ass animals doing regular-ass animal things. However, once the crowds depart from the zoo, and the zookeeper, who is unfortunately not named Mario, leaves for the night, you are up to hijinks, shenanigans, and straight-up crimes. And that is where we start right now. The four of you are currently packed into a stolen, obviously, golf cart, the back of which is heavily laden down with 4 barrels of peanut rum recently stolen by you from the Flamingo Brothers, an establishment owned by Al Capone. My first question, who is driving this stolen getaway vehicle?
Pointing at Iquin.
You want me to drive, boss? I can drive. Then
I'm the
Tiny's
boss,
driving.
see?
Yeah, sure. If the squirrel doesn't want to go it, the raccoon will just sneak in and take it. See, that's how it works in this world. No, she's the boss.
That's, so crammed into all of the seats in the front of this this covered golf cart is Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim, please describe your character and how aggressively he's driving this vehicle.
This is Timothy Tiny Tim. He's not Tiny Tim, he's Tiny. And his last name is Tim. And he has a nice white shirt, a nice black tie, a nice vest, and a small bowler hat on top. I couldn't find the bowler hat, so it became that. Exactly. Melissa has, but imagine Melissa's hat, but much smaller. And he's a silverback gorilla, so he takes up pretty much all of the seats in the entire golf cart.
Yeah, that is true. How aggressively are you driving this?
Oh, super
steed?
aggressively. I have several hands. I have one hand on the wheel, one hand on the pedals, and one hand foot on the pedals, one hand foot on the gear change that I just invented at this go-kart house because I want to shift gears with my foot. And it's going to be extremely aggressively burning around because this is a heist and you drive fast in a heist.
This is a 6-speed golf cart. It is a diesel golf cart running on pure ethyl alcohol.
Why do you think we stole the alcohol? We need
yeah, just to drive. It's not actually outstanding. Who is I'll let you guys decide. Who would like to describe their character next, and what are you doing as Tiny drives rather aggressively?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Melissa.
Aki is the most adorable, chubby-cheeked little squirrel. Everything a squirrel should be: super fluffy tail, nice red fur, cute round cheeks, beady little eyes, and then also a good pair of spectacles to hide behind there. Bowler hat, vest, and I imagine right now Aki is, because Tiny is driving aggressively over hills and bumps and such, Aki can be seen in the back wherever these barrels are, and he has just his arms and his legs flayed out across the barrels, trying to hold them down over the bumps.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. Who is next, and what are you doing?
I'll go next. Sitting next to Tiny is a raccoon named Augie, and they are dressed, or sorry, she is dressed in a, what is she dressed in? What do I have? She's got like a cute little paisley vest on. She's got sunglasses on with the even though it's at night, because why not? She has a tiara on her head that is dirty, looked like she found it in the trash because she's a trash panda, and she's riding next to Tiny, and she's holding on to the holy shit handles as well as she can, and she's doesn't have a hat. No, she doesn't have a hat. And she's like, Al Capone's never gonna know what hit him. Good job, Tiny. Let's go. And she's
Go. Gonna get good dough for this, boss.
I love that this golf cart went from a golf cart, like everyone can imagine, to a 6-speed with ocean. Like it's now a sedan. It's a Chrysler Sebring in the 1920s. Like it's
like a dune buggy.
Yeah,
It's the roll bars.
It's a Model T Ford just going down the back roads of the zoo. And last but not least, Rentt, who are you and what are you doing? Describe your character and what are you doing in this scene?
Rentt is a red and green macaw. He's sitting on the roof in a sweater with a Homburg hat, looking up behind the vehicle, flapping his wings a little bit just to keep him from flying off.
Okay.
Tim, slow down. There's no one following us.
Boss wanted it to be delivered. We're gonna go. It's a heist.
So, Rentt, you say that there's no one following you, and almost on cue, coming up behind you at breakneck speeds, you see a similar Model T golf cart, fully blacked out, chasing after you. You see that there are 4 monkeys of various size: a chimpanzee, a capuchin. The chimpanzee is sort of driving this thing. You see that there are 2 capuchins that are hanging on the front bar of this thing, and you see an orangutan is on the back of this thing, standing where you guys have the rum barrels. It's standing up over it and has its big long arms like holding on to the roof of this thing, and the 2 capuchins, as the thing drives towards you at breakneck speeds, you hear as the 2 capuchins are firing haphazardly into the sky. Tiny, you hear this. I need you to drive like the wind. So I need
I'm
you
definitely
to
driving
make
like the wind.
I need you to make a get out of a jam roll. So this is going to be a Moxie roll for you. So roll Moxie.
Right. Moxie. Let's see.
And Augie's like, oh, it's the Chopper Squad. They're coming to clip us. Let's go.
no!
Let's
How many
go.
boilers are there, boss? How many boilers are there? Putting it to down.
Does everyone just have 20s slaying Google
I
Docs
have the
open
slang
right now?
open right here.
Yes.
It's just a shared Google Doc of all the things you can say.
Yeah.
Okay, fan freaking tastic. So we are worried about a specific set of dice here. Those being the allied dice and the neutral dice. You want to roll better than a 6, which you did not. Let me see here. You rolled a total of a 4. So that is a failure. You get 1 XP. Mark that on your character sheet. You get an XP for every failure. At a certain number of XP, you get to level up, which is not going to be relevant for this one shot. But
1. There we
so-
go.
so
An anthology,
you,
Michael.
yeah, sorry, yeah, you're right. It's a never-ending anthology of zoo capers. Who am I? What do I know? So you take up the entire seat, right? You're but the weight of a gorilla is weighing this thing down with the 4 barrels of rum, and these this barrel full of monkeys behind you, I can do it too, is gaining on you. And perhaps the startling bangs and pops of their hand cannons is enough to shake you a little bit. But they are quickly gaining on you. Rentt, you can see that the vehicle behind you is making headway against you. What are the rest of you doing as this?
Tim, you better speed this up or we'll be wearing Chicago overcoats.
I'm going as fast as this ball will go. A heap of junk. Just get the shoppers off me. I mean, they're bobs anyway.
All right, and Augie's gonna scramble up onto the barrels as they're bouncing around. It's like, Aki, are you okay?
Aki, as soon as he heard the shots, would be like, and would dive into the front seat underneath where Augie's feet would have been. But fortunately, Augie has already vacated that seat. So
Yeah. I'm gonna cause a distraction, I think, and
Okay.
well, I'm gonna try and cause a distraction.
Okay.
She pulls a stick of explosive out of her vest pocket, and she's like, "Oh yeah, dodge this!" And she's gonna light it up, and she's gonna throw it at the chasing cart.
Okay. Fantastic. Roll me. Let's see. What nonsense is this going to be? It's not start spitting. It's going to be obstacle.
Precision?
Bring the heat. Bring the heat. A precision roll.
Okay.
So roll me precision.
Oh, awareness, precision. 4. Ooh, I don't think
Okay.
that's good.
A 5 plus 3 plus 1 is
sorry.
as a 9. A 9
Woo!
is a success.
Sweet.
Yeah, so what we do is we add up the ally dice, the neutral dice, and your attribute. We give a plus
Sweet.
1. So it is a total of a 9 there. A 9 is a success with consequence.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm throwing dynamite.
That's okay. You're fine. You're fine. So you describe what it looks like as you throw this dynamite.
Yeah, raccoons have four hands essentially. So she braces with her feet, and she she lights a match behind her ear and then lights the fuse, and she's like, dodge this, and she tosses it, and it's like in a slow motion arc, this piece of dynamite goes, and it lands right in front of their cart as they're speeding up to them.
Perfect. You throw this thing and a massive explosion goes off. You hear as the cart is like squealing around the side of this thing. The capuchin monkeys losing their mind, and you hear, "Oh, oh," and you look behind you as the smoke and dust settles. The cart is still coming after you, but the orangutan has fallen off the back and it's now like
Oh, no.
trying
Oh,
to
shit.
catch up with both you and the vehicle itself. But both vehicles are quickly outpacing this long-armed orangutan. Aki, you are safely ensconced in like the foot area of the front seat where the pedals are. As you see, one of Tiny's feet is on the pedals, the other one is shifting gears, one holds on, and one drives the steering wheel. Rentt, what are you doing in this scenario?
Do you have any more of those dynamite sticks?
Oh, boss,
That's a
I
very
thought you were a
personal
can
question.
opener. You thought you were a can opener. You look really like a bottle man. Were you a bottle man before you became a can opener? That's some good bee's knees right there.
I'm not gonna answer that question. I plead the fifth.
If you have a dynamite
Ah.
stick, hand it to me. I can fly over and put one in there
Look,
in the
I'm
bitch
gonna-
of Palooka's car.
Rand,
Boss,
we need
it's
a way
me.
out. We need an exit.
Yeah, well, give me an
Fine.
exit. I'm no dick. I'm just a, I'm just a goon.
My favorite thing right now is that several of you have a slang thing open, but no context to how to use those words in a sentence.
We know.
I don't have time to listen to you add to read what word I mean.
It's just like you're just borrowing words from another language and just peppering them in there to sound like you know how to speak the language. That's some bee's knees right there. Is the least 1920s thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. Rand, we gotta get this jalopy out of here.
Christ.
So I think what Aki's going to do is with one foot stretched out to help push down the go pedal on the golf cart, will stretch out and peek outside, because I presume they're open doors, right?
Oh
They're
yeah,
open
yeah.
doors.
There's no sidewalls on this thing.
Right. So we'll stretch out to peek out the side to see if he can get eye contact on that, and then we'll fire his what kind of weapon does he have again? Let me look.
You got two pistols.
Yeah, we'll fire his revolver.
Okay. Roll me bring the heat. So roll me precision.
All right.
Let's go.
See if I can do this. Oh, I don't think that's a good roll.
It is. It's a 9 + 1. It's a 10. It's a full success.
The enemy dice throws us off.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a result. So the reason there are 3 dice here is so you roll your ally, plus your neutral dice, plus your attribute equals the total score, right? But if there are doubles with any number of those, certain things can happen. Usually, if it's a double between the ally and neutral, good things happen. However, if it's doubles with your enemy die, bad things can happen. So there can be some additional bonus consequences, but that doesn't happen here. You rolled a 10. That is a full success. Describe to me what happens here. You have one foot on the gas pedal with all your strength. You lean out the side. You're firing the revolver. What happens here?
Aki is shouting as he's firing, "Faster, Tiny, faster!" And then we'll target the wheel of the pursuing golf cart.
Perfect. Yeah, you pew, 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 you fire this thing. The tire explodes. Rubber is burning through this thing. They are still going. It is tipped on its side a little bit as you have shot out the front tire. It does spin out a little bit. Chunks of rubber are losing off to the side of this thing, and sparks are just like off the side of the road as you all abscond into the night with this. At the moment that the tire blows out, you begin to gain. That was just enough speed you needed. If you continue at this fast pace speed, you will eventually outpace them. What is everyone else doing? Augie, Rentt, Tiny?
Rentt has waddled to the front of the Model T golf cart, and he's now on the hood, and he's yelling directions. I'm going to be using the kind of get out of a jam thing here with my skill, see everything.
Great.
So I make get out of the jam with awareness instead of moxie.
Great. Roll me awareness.
Let's go.
Why even roll with this? How do you use this macro, by the way?
You should just click on it.
it.
Literally just click on it and it will pop up and say what skill do you want to use.
It should be at the bottom.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't see the pop up.
No, you're
Dice
good.
mechanics was in the way.
Nice.
That's a 10.
That
Wow.
is a 10. No doubles here. So 10, that is a full success. You are trying to basically point Tiny where to go. Is that correct?
He's got a wing out, and for whatever reason, he's got a wing out with a little wristwatch in his hand, and he's just like, left,
It's perfect.
right.
So you are the hood ornament semaphore as you slowly begin to direct him where to go, like a
wish I had
flight
chosen
attendant.
The signal
Yeah.
flags as
Yeah,
one of
right.
my items.
That's right. Ren, keep it up. Aki, get out of here! Gotta grab Aki, like throw her back towards Augie and like get out! I need to drive.
So as you are driving this thing off, Rentt, you are directing. Where are you going? You have the whole zoo in front of you. It is nighttime. You guys know you have stolen peanut rum from the Flamingo Brothers. You have basically spat in the face of Al Capone, one of the 3 bosses of the zoo here. You know that you need to fence this, get all of the clams for fencing this, and use those clams to influence whichever boss you want to sort of gain favor with. So, where are you going right now? The heat is still on, as far as you know. You haven't quite lost your tail. Where are you going to try to lose this tail?
Tell me,
Rentt
Ren.
is directing them towards the hideout, but he's doing it in a roundabout way, so it's gonna be a bit longer. Towards the petting zoo.
Okay.
Ren, why are we by the penguins?
We got peanut rum. Head to the elephants. And
Come on!
she's holding Aki like a gun. She's like, shoot, Aki!
And Aki's shooting.
This is a slapstick cartoon. This is if Roger Rabbit did a Mafia
This
situation.
seems to be a Marvel movie. Like,
Yeah.
To be fair, did you expect anything else from this crew?
I didn't. As I said, I've played this game before, and this is just as bad. I played a fox, and he had an Irish accent, so you know how that goes. Why wouldn't he? Okay. So you are holding Aki. Aki is blasting him. Tiny is driving. Rentt is directing somehow in a roundabout way to get back to the petting zoo crew's hideout, aka the petting zoo. Fantastic. Tiny, I need you. Actually, Tiny and Rentt, I need you to both make me an awareness roll.
Awareness roll.
I also think we need to ditch the cart.
We're not ditching this nice boiler. I've souped it up. I've done so much to it, boss. I don't want to lose it. We're just gonna hide it as we usually do.
Mr. Lopez is going to be looking for it in the morning.
Well, just change some things. Give it a new nice paintwork. It'll be fine. No
Mr.
losing
Mario
card.
Lopez, the zookeeper.
I hate it here. Quinn, that is a failure. Mark XP for you. You see nothing. There's too much. It turns out the wingspan of a macaw is pretty big, and you're pretty crammed in there.
With everything.
Yeah.
1 foot on the gas, 1 hand on the wheel, another hand on the shifter, and one hand on the gear shift. I mean, what do you want me to do? I'm fully occupied.
Yeah, you're overloaded with things. Augie and Aki are pointed in the opposite direction. Rentt, you as the hood ornament, you are the one that sees this. You rolled a 10, which is a success, and you rolled doubles. So doubles with a neutral boss, which is what you have, means that everyone gets a +1 forward. What that means is you guys can all mark down +1 forward on your character sheets somewhere. On a roll in the future, hence forward, you can add +1 one time. So all of you have a bonus +1 to a roll in the future. Usually it's your next roll, but depending on what it could be, maybe I'll be lenient. Who knows? Rentt, you see at the last second some like probably 2-ish foot tall figure leaps out into the middle of the road, and you see a bright poof flash of white light. You have just enough reaction time with your success to like wave your arms in a way that indicates Tiny to get the hell out of there. Tiny, I need a moxie roll from you.
No. Boop, boop, boop. Can I have something? Come on.
That's a 10.
10. Yes.
That's a 10,
Wow.
but that's doubles with an enemy boss. So,
Uh-oh.
doubles with an enemy boss on a 10 is you succeed, and you get -1 forward. So, your next roll will have -1 forward. You can cancel it out with your +1 forward, but your next roll will have -1. So you wrench on the wheel, and you move out of the way of whatever the hell this was. And Rentt, you see as it passes by, you're the only one who saw this. You're pretty sure, and that's pretty sure for a macaw, that was Outback Alice. Outback Alice, of course, everyone knows, is the Daily Zoo's lead investigative journalist. She is a horn-rimmed glasses-wearing koala who is always on top of her game, always getting the hottest, juiciest scoop, and she just snapped a picture with her camera of you absconding into the night and some crimes happening around you. As soon as you
that's
see,
gonna be trouble.
it sure is. As soon as you see the flash and you guys maneuver out of the way, you look back, she's gone. You know where the Daily Zoo is, but you're still being pursued. You still have 4 barrels of rum. What are all of you doing?
I'm driving like the wind. It's gonna be tires screeching around every corner as Rentt shows me. One hand on the gear shift pedal, one hand on the accelerator, one hand on the steering wheel, one hand on the gear shift lever.
Okay.
Ah,
Yep.
crap, that was the journalist. We're gonna be fingered. Ah.
No, it'll be fine. We'll solve it tomorrow.
We need to ditch the cart. Head to Lopez's office.
Not teaching the cart.
We have to go on foot.
No.
Come on, Tiny.
We can't carry all this rum, boss.
He can.
Well, how can I do this? I can't outrun 2 cars with you with the rum. I'm tiny, not some like super big elephant.
We have to lose them. Rentt, we need to find an out here. Let's go.
Rentt, give me a directions.
We need to like
Starts
pull into a
pointing towards
driveway
the
and then
petting
keep
zoo.
going. Yeah.
Oh, the
Right,
classic
right.
move.
Yeah. Pull into the driveway, they keep going, and then we're free.
If we're gonna ditch the golf cart, let's ditch it somewhere nice. Lion cage. Let's go into the lion cage and ditch it there. They're nice cats. I know most of them.
Sure.
Boss, are you sure about this?
Well, we gotta get rid of it somewhere. If it's with the lions, it's gonna be like heat off our tail.
No problem. I know one lion, like Gregory. He's a nice cat. I've done several jobs with him before. He'll take care of us.
Okay, let's go.
Give me
Okay.
a path, Rand. Give me a path. Where are we going? Where are we going? Headed for the lions.
Do I need to
Tiny?
roll for this?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, roll me your awareness, because this will be a get out of a jam for you, but with awareness.
Can I use my "you got it, boss"? Because then I can help people. Then what is I can help people with? No, Bob, bring me this. No, start spinning. Okay, now I can.
That
use
is
my
a
"got it, boss" for
6.
that one.
Ouch.
A 6 is a failure. Oh wow, that's triples.
Wow. Oh shit.
Whoa.
That is triples. So that is triples on a failure. You lose 1 marker. So on your marker tab on your character sheet, knock that down. knocked that down to
Ooh.
9.
You do that by typing 9 in the current field.
Yeah,
just so you know.
Tiny, the directions you hoped for are garbled between squawks and uncertainty. You are more or less on your own navigating towards this lion cage that you know, some good lions. So
Agree.
roll me Moxie. So that would be
Awesome.
your
Come on, dice gods. You know that the lions are the way to go. Apparently, the
That's
lions are
triple,
not
so
the
almost
way to go.
It was
Oh,
almost triples.
shit.
It was almost triples. That is a hard failure. There. So doubles on a failure with a neutral boss. Just a failure, no XP gain. So we have a macaw on the front, directing in all different directions. Too many directions. Too much confusion. Tiny's not entirely sure where he's going. Augie. You're holding Aki like a pistol. Aki, you're holding an actual pistol. You see that you have not quite lost the monkey mooks behind you, but they are far enough away that they are out of range of your pistols. They are slowly still tailing you. You can see sparks still lighting off of the back of their thing. And you see a spotlight come from the direction you came from. One of the lights in the zoo has turned on. The noise you have been making has alerted some attention from perhaps a human zookeeper who is currently looking around for something. You see one of the spotlights kind of moving, almost like a prison searchlight, sort of swiping back and forth. It hasn't spotted you yet, but someone is looking for all of you. Augie and Aki, what are you two doing?
What enclosures are we passing?
You're passing there is a giraffe enclosure, a zebra enclosure. There is gazelles. What are you looking for?
Well, big animals is good
Mhm.
because we can, in theory, hide the cart in their enclosure. Right?
Yeah.
Is there let's see. Trying to think of how can we get a ramp over the side so we can into the enclosure.
Yeah, I see what you're going for.
Yeah. Is there a service gate that we can at least bust through as our driveway, try and hide?
I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and put your peepers to work. Roll me awareness.
Okay. Augie the raccoon will roll awareness, and I will get an 7.
A 7 with enemy doubles. A 7 is passing. Enemy doubles for a success on a 7 to 9 is success with a consequence. You get 2 -1 forwards, and you get to give a +1 forward.
Okay, I will give +1 forward to Aki.
Okay.
So I
And
have two negative ones.
You have 2 -1s and 1 +1 for yourself from previous. So you can use those in future rolls in case you fail or are close to succeeding. And if you guys don't use your -1s forward, I'll happily use them for you. Don't you worry. So you put your peepers to work. You're holding Aki out there, your little squirrel gun, as you quickly look around, and you see exactly what you need. You see the hot dog cart with its like table side flap is still down, and whoever the vendor was kind of leaned it on its side. You think if timed properly, Tiny can hit that ramp and get you into one of the enclosures.
Yes.
However, one or both the cart and the golf cart, hot dog and the golf cart, will be destroyed. That is your success with a consequence. Do you
What am I
indicate
doing,
this
boss?
to Tiny?
Is this
What am
me?
I doing?
Yeah, you see
Oh,
this.
okay.
You can tell Tiny to hit it, but you know that one or both, the hot dog cart or the golf cart, will be destroyed.
Yeah, hot dog
Boss.
cart is going. And she's gonna point.
Okay.
All right, boss. Rentt is giving me no good directions. Boss, I go with your ones.
Tiny, I need a moxie roll here.
You know exactly how this is going to end, don't you?
I do. Don't forget, you do have a +1 forward.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this can help at all, but what if Aki, also seeing the direction that Augie wants to go in, scurries across Augie's arm, jumps onto gorilla, the back of the shoulders of the gorilla, and points his head using his ears in the direction of the hot dog stand to make sure he heads in the right direction.
I love this. Do you have, just so I know, do you have an ability here that allows you to do some crazy squirrel bullshit?
No,
or are you just trying to?
Well, yeah, of course. It's squirrels. All squirrels can do crazy squirrel bullshit.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that squirrels can do crazy squirrel bullshit, Mike.
Okay. All right. What I will say is, roll me. What do I want you to roll me? Roll me.
Magnetism.
Yeah.
I think magnetism. It might be magnetism, actually. You know what? Roll me sly.
Sly?
Sly.
Okay. Yep. Let's do this.
If you succeed on this roll, if you get at least a 7, I will give you I will give Tiny an additional +1 forward.
Fingers crossed.
That is a 9. That is a success. That is a success. That is a success. However, you did roll doubles with an enemy boss. Enemies with an enemy, doubles with an enemy boss, success with a consequence. You gain 2 -1 forwards, and you get to give an additional +1 forward. So Tiny has one for the success of the roll because that's what we negotiated. You can give someone else or Tiny an additional +1 forward.
Gotta give that to Tiny. And since I have 2 +1 forwards and 2 minus forwards, can I just cancel them out and say I have no forwards?
I'll allow that. That seems like an applicable rule here. So you clear your board. Tiny, you now have a potential of 3 +1 forwards. I'm gonna allow you to use any number of them on this roll if you so choose. But I need a moxie roll from you to hit that hot dog cart and jump the fence into the lion enclosure.
Let's go.
You know what? I'm gonna use one of them to clean my negative one, so I also get a clean one, and the other two ones I'm gonna use to get over this. So I'm going to use them. Ow! Okay, Klaus, you're a nice broad, but Klaus!
You're a nice broad. So roll me Moxie, and we'll add a +2 to that. Holy shit. And you needed it. That is a 6 + 2 is an 8. That is a success with consequence. So, success with consequence. You know what? I'll let you take this one, Iquin. You hit the hot dog cart. You're gonna make it over the fence. You're gonna land in the enclosure. But one of the consequences from earlier is that one or the other, the hot dog cart or the golf cart, are toast.
We hit the ramp a bit sideways, so one of the front wheels just flies off and is now gone in the night.
Perfect. Yeah, so we see, the camera sees this, you guys rocket off of this thing, the wheel pops off, you see it like, doom, 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 it bounces. We know that it hits the other monkeys because you hear like, coming from behind you as we see this golf cart sail over the bent metal spikes of the lion enclosure and then fall 15 feet down into that enclosure as we and the remaining 3 wheels just fall sideways off this thing. As it lands, the peanut rum is bouncing all through this thing. I need whoever is inside to secure this rum before it hits the ground and shatters.
That's me.
Augie,
Yeah, I'm firing.
roll me. Ooh, what would this be for you? I'm gonna say this is, you're a trash panda.
Yeah.
Collecting things and garbage and other nonsense, that's your jam. I'm gonna say roll me a wild.
A wild, eh? Okay.
Yeah, all of your natural grubby grab hands skills come into play here for this
Yeah.
trash panda.
And I'm gonna use one of my +1 forward in this.
Okay.
Wild. Okay, let's go.
5 plus 1
7.
plus 0 is a 7. That is just passing. 7 is a success with consequence. You manage to success with consequence. You manage to grab 3 of the 4. The 4th one hits, and you see a small crack, and a little bit starts to leak out as this barrel starts to roll down towards the sleeping lions in the enclosure.
And she's gonna scramble after it and try and catch it.
Okay, I believe that is going to be a Moxie roll. Get out of a jam. Roll a Moxie. Unless you have a skill that increases your get out of a jam with some other skill.
No.
Okay, then roll me get out of a jam. So Moxie.
Nope.
Ooh, that is a 4. That is a 4.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen for you. So you all see in slow motion this car, this golf cart takes flight. Perhaps like Rentt leaps off and is like flying as it lands, just so he doesn't get that shock absorption effect. Aki is firmly on the head and ears and shoulders of Tiny as he is taking up the bulk of this thing. He is the shocks, the struts, the suspension of this vehicle. The rebound knocks these canisters in there. We see Augie quickly grab as many as she can as one hits and rolls, and then on all fours, Augie is chasing after this rum barrel, this rolling rum barrel. You see the barrel is just out of your reach as it continues to roll down towards that Pride Rock-esque lion enclosure, and you see dunk, it hits the barrier that like lifts up to where the lions sleep, and the wee Bumbleway plays in the background as you chase towards this thing. You get to the barrel, you can tell that it is about half full, and then you hear
She's like crouched on. She's like looking around. But she's doing it very subtly.
fucking stupid.
We're not gonna get anywhere today. The mic is gonna be so broken.
It's very quietly. Stop. She's gonna put her to keep the crack from leaking out.
You see coming from like those faux stone caves right in the back of the enclosure, you see a lion standing on its back paws in a full midnight blue pinstripe suit, just cracking his knuckles, and he looks down to you, looks down to like this ramshackled golf cart as a macaw lands on the hood of this thing, and he calls back, "Hey, boss, we got a live one." And you see on all fours walks out this like big, huge mane on this lion. He has like kind of like a almost like a sultry kind of sway as he walks out. Like there's a lot of swagger to it, and he sort of stands up. In a different suit. You see rings on his hands. You see he's got like a collar that has like diamond studs on it, and he sort of like cracks his neck and walks over. And Tiny, since you know these lions, and you think you might know a few good ones, right? You know that this is Lucky Luciano, Leo Luciano, the lion, as he walks out and he says, "It's a fine day to find you guys in my enclosure here, in my domicile. I see that you brought me some kind of tribute here. Is that true? Is that
Yeah, she scrabbles up and she's like lying on her side like this, and she's like she puts her finger in the
it's like spraying out?
yeah, it's like just puts this like
Yep.
yeah, special delivery.
Tiny's gonna try to drag the golf cart to a less visible place and encounter, like, since it
Yeah.
doesn't have
Yeah, you just
missing
pick
one of
it
the
up.
front
You just
wheels.
pick up.
Just
Move it out of the way.
Rentt is going to find a tree to perch in and keep watch.
Yeah, perfect. You do so. I'll take an awareness from you, Rentt. Tiny, you easily just pick up the golf cart. It's a golf cart after all. And you just move it out of the way behind like a Saharan bush. You just put it behind that. It's not hidden whatsoever.
No.
Aki, what are
I'm
you
gonna-
doing as these lions come out?
I think
I'm gonna.
Aki, I think probably knows the lions. Aki's he's the zoo accountant, and what that
Okay.
means is that he's very good at acquiring things for folks. And so, from time to time, the lions, when they're looking for their little mouse toys, they'll reach out to Aki in order to acquire special merchandise.
And their
Right.
catnip.
Okay.
I'm also gonna join up with them as soon as I move the golf cart and like stand behind my crew.
Right, yeah.
So,
Since,
yeah,
since I'm about 300 times as tall as everyone else.
Yeah.
I imagine Aki will scurry up there and then try to get their attention, not seeing that Tiny is behind, hulking over, and will be like,
Yeah, very much
Yeah.
so. We see
Yeah.
Augie is in full Tom Selleck pose, like laying on her side with just one finger in the barrel, just sort of just looking as
Acting
casual.
casual.
Yeah, just being as casual as possible. As Aki just sort of runs over. And we see just Tiny just begin to like arm over arm or arm over feet towards this. Rentt, you are on perch. You are on lookout. There doesn't seem to be anything around. The village sleeps silent. When the lion sleeps tonight. You
And-
succeeded with doubles, so everyone has a +1 forward.
Hey.
But Rentt, you don't see anything coming, which means you lost the monkey tail. You lost the monkey mooks, as far as you can tell. And Tiny, you get over there. Aki, you are in an unknown position of dominance because Tiny stands behind you. What do you say to Leo Luciano as he kind of comes up there expecting some sort of tribute?
Lucky. Hey,
Yeah, hello.
hey there, buddy.
Is this
I'll bend down and pick Aki up in my palm and lift her up to like eye level of the lion.
yeah. What can I do for you, little guy?
Be respectful. My pronouns are he, him.
Yeah.
It's the
That's-
20s. No one cares about that.
He looks at you and says, "What can I do for you, little guy? You showed up here with your friends."
Hey, we're here to make a little bit of a deal.
Okay, well, I'm here on behalf of my pride. Let's talk about this deal. What do you got here? I see you crashed over my fence. Now I have to deal with the golf cart here. I see that I got, was that half a barrel of rum there? Clearly
Yeah.
not yours. What
Well,
what can I
this
do
is
for
a-
you?
possession is how much of the law?
9/10. if you ask
100%.
me.
100% of the law.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take
And
that.
you know, it could be in your possession next. All you got to do is hide her vehicle.
I mean,
Well, no,
technically
we-
speaking, except for maybe Tiny here, you're all in my possession right now.
Well, technically I'm not really a member of the zoo. I just freeload. I sleep in trees and in trash cans.
Hang out.
What,
Uh-huh.
Mike? What was the last name of the Luciano?
Yeah.
Luciano, yeah.
I would try to say like Mr. Luciano. With all respect, you know me and Gregory's done some work before, and me no disrespect coming here. It was just that Gregory's my pal, and I thought that maybe we could work something out, especially like Aki here said.
Do you want to taste the merchandise? She like lifts her finger up and it's like, psst.
he like that's pretty good. It's pretty
I'm
good
a
rum,
chew.
I gotta say. I'll tell you what. I would like 2 rolls. One from Tiny, one from Aki for this this play of I would like I think magnetism. So if you're telling the truth, Aki, and Tiny, magnetism. If you're trying to be slick about it, I'll take sly. You tell me and then make that roll.
Magnetism.
Alrighty.
Ooh.
Hot.
Wait, is that good?
That is bad. That is
That's
a.
bad.
Oh no, that is
That's a
6 to
7.
7. That's 7. It's passing. It's passing. It's passing. You do have a +1 forward if you'd like it, but 7 to 9 is the same numbers. So
Oh, it's the same number? Okay.
yeah, it's the same result. You want to get above it. You want to get above a 6 to succeed, and above a 9 to do better than normal. So that is a success with consequence. Tiny, roll me either magnetism or sly. Magnetism if you're telling the truth. Sly if you're being slick.
Like, I want to use my ability intimidating. You got a knack for
Ooh.
coercion. Whenever you start spitting, which I guess is what we're doing here,
Yeah.
use wild instead of magnetism. So I'm gonna use it like I do the respectful, but I will also hint in my voice that, you know, I'm a silverback gorilla and he's a lion.
Okay. I like that.
So
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like, I know I'm not on my turf and I want to be respectful, but if shit's gonna go down, I'm
Yeah.
still a gorilla.
Yeah. I like it. Go ahead and use your ability. Roll me wild.
Yeah, nice. I mean, I am the muscle of the group. I need to do some muscling.
That's 2.
Apparently, I am not to do any muscling whatsoever.
So I will say that is a 6. However, because of Rentt's success on his awareness, everyone has a +1 forward. You can spend 1 and make that a 7, which is a success.
Yeah, I'll spend my.
Okay.
That is good thing to spend it on. So I
So-
use that and make it a 7.
So a success with consequence on a neutral a neutral boss is let me see here. Let me double check here. Is a with doubles and neutral boss is just a success with consequence. Okay, cool. Doubles with an ally. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. So you step up there. You talk about how you've done some work with the lines before. Aki wants to make a deal, and he looks to you and he says, "Okay, all right. So, here's the deal, right? I see you got probably what is like a half a barrel here. This says to me that you probably have more barrels somewhere else, right? I don't want this half barrel. 1, it's leaking. 2, it's got dirty raccoon fingers stuck inside of it. No
Dirty?
offense. No
Dirty?
offense. All raccoon fingers are dirty.
Mm.
No
What?
offense. Listen, you little
Wow.
bandito. I say what I said. So, I will take no less than 1 full barrel to get rid of your little vehicular problem that you may have here. How's that sound?
I will look down to Augie. You want to do this, boss? Is it good deal? No good deal?
She is Leo standing really close to her?
He's standing above you, like towering over you.
Yeah, she reaches up and she plucks some of his sheddy mane, because I'm assuming lions shed, you know, like
Sure, yeah. I
animal-
mean,
and
I'm not a zoologist.
she plugs the hole with it so she can remove her finger. And then she, come on, we're gonna talk this out. And team meeting, let's go. And she's gonna bring everyone on. Rentt, you too. Come on.
Squawk? You sure?
I think
Squawk?
I'm just gonna take them in my arms and lift them up to my face.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Brent flies over and lands on Tiny's head.
Yeah, so like
Absolutely.
the small ones were all like arms around Tiny's head. It's like, okay, but we need to get money, don't we? That's the whole point of this. We can't just do it for a favor. We got to get the scratch so we could impress.
So you know, the lions are not fences. You do know that there is a fence in the zoo. You and Aki especially. So Aki, I'm talking to you. You know, you're like the Red of from Shawshank, right? The one that can like get something for everybody. But there is a fence here. The fence is named Mikey the Meerkat. He is the most well-known fence. Everyone goes to this guy. He can get you what you need. He can get rid of this rum. He can give you the clams. He can do what needs to be done. However, Mikey the Meerkat does not do night jobs. So you'll have to wait until the morning till he comes out before you can make that happen.
Okay.
So Aki shares all that information and says, but the good news is we're already here in the cat area.
Yeah. Is he an actual cat or is it just a
cat
title?
cat, Mike?
Is a meerkat an actual cat?
No, he's a
No.
meerkat. But you are in the Sahara exhibit, right? So like the meerkat exhibit is in this general area with all like Saharan animals like elephants, giraffes, zebras, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's around. He doesn't do night jobs.
So
Too dangerous.
if we give Mr. Luciano one of the full barrels, that's only going to leave us 2 full barrels and the half barrel. Is that going to be enough clams to impress Machine Gun Otto?
Well, maybe we can fill this one with a little bit of water.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
That'll be 3.
There's also that hot dog stand up there. Maybe we could sweeten the deal with some hot dogs.
Some hot dog water.
Hot dog water.
Some real meaty rum.
So safe.
Just what we always wanted.
Yeah.
So,
Of course,
What-
Augie's gonna recommend filling it with garbage.
so boss, you know, me and Gregor are pals, and I respect your decision. If we're gonna, throw down, bring out the bean shooters, that's gonna be all fine and stuff. But I would rather still be pals with Gregor in the morning, if that is okay with you.
Oh yeah, I don't want to make enemies of the lions because, they have good garbage. Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Luciano's always been respectful, and if he wanted to take 1 barrel to hide our vehicle, 1 problem solved. We still have the 3 left, like Aki said.
Yeah, okay. So we'll give him 1 barrel. We'll fill the broken barrel with the hot dog water, and then we'll take to Mikey. Okay. But we got to repair the barrel. Does anyone have anything to repair the barrel? Okay, we'll give him 1 full barrel, but he has to help us repair the broken one. Ooh.
He's
Sounds
already
good to me, boss.
Okay.
Rentt, what do you think? I know I'm the boss, but I'm open to suggestions.
It's your decision, boss. Don't need to clip anyone here.
I'll
Yeah.
ask Augie, but I'm not sure they're the type of folks that can repair a barrel,
Hmm.
I wouldn't know how to repair a barrel.
What kind of barrels are they? Are they like the wooden caskets with
Rum
the
barrels.
Your
metal?
typical-
Yeah.
I would assume it's your typical alcohol barrel.
Yeah, with the metal clamps
The
around
metal
them.
bands and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
metal bands. Yeah.
Like,
Thank you,
turkeys are like
Iquin.
stone.
Thank you, Iquin. What kind? They're rum barrels. That's the.
I am sorry. Does not everyone know what a rum barrel is?
Well,
Yeah,
that's what I'm imagining. I just
Well, a
wanna
lot of alcohol
compare that-
barrels look the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a rum
Could be a
barrel,
whiskey barrel.
a rum barrel. The thing is, a rum barrel is a type of barrel. So, what type of barrel are they? They're rum barrels.
My
Yeah.
brother has
so-
2 empty bourbon barrels at his little
they are-
table.
They
at
are
his home.
exactly what you think they are. They are the typical barrel that has the iron bands or metal bands of some kind with a cap on each side, and probably a tap hole that is corked up. So you have like basically the pressure of the bounce probably like split one of the knots in the wood, and that's what's leaking. So you would need to like either drill it out and cork it or stuff it with something, trash maybe, who knows, to stop it from leaking.
Yes.
Gum.
Yes. Gum from the garbage. She's gonna scurry up to a garbage can and find some discarded gum.
Okay.
I'm gonna set down the other 2 and go grab one of our full like rum barrels from wherever we hid them with the vehicle, and start making my way back to Mr. Leon. What was his name? Leonazzi. Why can't I never remember his last name?
Leo Luciano.
Leo
Yes.
Luciani. Leo
Luciano, to Mr.
Luciano.
Luciano, to Mr. Luciano, and sort of, since the boss said we're gonna present a like a barrel, I'm gonna just grab the leaky one with my hand, just covering the entire hole, and then take the other one and just sort of hold it 1 arm right out in front of the lions.
Fantastic. Aki, what are you doing in this whole thing? You're the broker here, right? You're the deal maker.
Aki is standing next to Leo and is that's right, Leo?
Yeah.
And is gonna read him to see how he's doing with this? Because
I
Aki
mean-
knows people.
Yeah. Aki knows people. The deal is 1 barrel to
Mhm.
dispose of your vehicle.
Mhm.
End of story, right? No additional addendums to this.
Not disposed, to hide.
Oh, just
Until
to
we come
hide.
and-
Okay. Yeah.
In order until we can come back and get it.
Okay. And this is a legitimate full cask of peanut rum, not some knockoff nonsense that Augie's trying to pass off here.
As far as we're aware.
Perfect. So Tiny walks over, hands this thing over. Aki, you're trying to get a bead on this guy. Roll me.
I gotta have an ability. I don't know how.
Oh yeah, what's the ability?
You know people. You read people the way others read books. Roll magnetism.
Great.
Roll plus magnetism 1. Okay, so I'll
Yeah.
roll. And then it says 1 to 6. So that's a, what is that? That's
That
an
is
8.
a 8.
So 7 to 9 is gain 2 holds.
Okay, cool. So hold is a specific thing in Powered by the Apocalypse games. Hold is, for every hold, you may ask 1 question that I must answer truthfully. So Tiny walks over, palming like a basketball this rum barrel, hands it over to Lucky Luciano here. He grabs it, hands it over to one of his lion guards. The lion kind of walks over and he goes, "All right, sounds like our deal is complete. I will have my boys take care of your vehicle. We'll hide it somewhere. We'll stash it for you. Don't worry. We'll clean up this mess here." And he like motions to the line of rum that has dribbled down the thing. He says, "And the 4 of you, best get out of here before any of my boys and I get a little hungry. The rum, it gets to you, makes you have a little snacking. You want something salty
Rude.
like your little garbage fingers."
No.
I'll just stand up a bit straighter when he gets to the hungry part.
Yeah. Perfect. So
Mike,
Aki,
when you say holds, is the question that I can ask related to the situation where I know
correct.
people?
Correct.
Okay, then
Related
before-
to Lucky Luciano.
Yeah, then the question is, before he does all that, number 1, is this the best deal that we were going to get out of Lucky?
Ooh, that's a great question. Is this the best deal? No.
Okay, then the next question is, how do I get the best deal?
Ooh, so good. Well done, grifting. Based on what you've seen before, the Lions, they have connections. They're not one of the 3 families, right? They do not work for Al Capone, fortunately for you guys. Unfortunately for you, they do not work for Machine Gun Otto either. With the majority of the Saharan crew, they work for Carlo Hambino, one of the wild boar, that family. But that the Pride works with the hyenas, and the hyenas run a chop shop. So they could have either completely gotten rid of any evidence of your vehicle ever existing, or they could have fixed it for you. You could have bargained with the 1 cask you had. They would have sweetened the deal for 1 full cask. Now, to get that deal after this one has already been struck, maybe that half cask could sweeten the pot, or you leave it where it is.
Aki leans over or jumps up onto Augie's back and leans over into Augie's ear and says, "You want this repaired or you want this disappeared?"
Well, Mr. Lopez might need his cart back. Might get a little suspicious. Things might get a little too hot for us.
Does he need it in 1 piece?
Yeah, probably. Otherwise, it's going to be too hot around here, and he's going to be on the lookout.
If we chip in this other half cask, they'll probably do it for us.
And she looks forlornly up at the hot dog cart. So you don't want to fill it with hot dog water?
I'm not sure hot dog water's hot on the market.
So tasty.
This is why not Trash Pandas run the alcohol business.
We can stop by and get some for you.
Really? Okay. Yeah, okay. I don't think, but it's leaking. We gotta fix it. I was gonna get some gum out of the trash.
I think you can leave that to them.
Okay. But if he insists, tell him I got a plan. And then she will like lean against Tiny.
In the background, Red's feathers just ruffle as he's getting impatient.
Hey, Lucky.
I'm sorry, you said Lucky?
Yeah, Lucky.
Yeah.
You think you can have our friends fix our cart while you're at it?
Listen, little guy, our deal's been struck, so you want the pot sweetened, you gotta sweeten the pot. It's a two-way street here, so what do you got for me? I can get that fixed, not a problem. I have it fixed in the next couple hours, by morning at the latest. What do you got for me?
In that moment, Augie has just
Straightened the barrel.
and is pointing, and they're pointing at it.
Oh,
I will just take. I will take the casket and Augie and just lift both up, like holding them, showing here's the pot.
like Augie's a suitcase handle. Hold on to it.
I was more thinking the other way around. I'm lifting the casket with Augie on top of it, and Augie is standing there pointing down to the.
Even better. He says, "Oh, another half casket here. You guys are cutting into your profit margin here, but who am I to look a gift giraffe in the mouth, as they say over here at least? Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you what. You take your 2 casks. I'll take 1.5, and I got a few friends that can make that. You want it fixed, right? Not disappeared.
Yeah, it's got to be fixed. It's got to be returned to Mr. Lopez.
Yeah.
Good
I can.
as new. Good as
Good
new.
as new. Yeah. I
We
can
all
have
know
that
it's going to
done.
be bad for us if he brings the heat down. He's going to bring security guards in to watch
That
over
is-
his stuff. And
That
that's
is
going to be a
pretty-
problem for you
That
too.
is pretty inconvenient, I will say about
Yeah.
that. Don't worry about it. You leave that here. You take the raccoon. You take Aki. You take your friends with you. I won't eat anybody. Relax, Tiny. We already had food. We got fed. We're fine. We got 14 ribeye steaks in the back. We're good, buddy. I'll take this. I'll take that. We got that one. I'll repair this. The thing is, Tiny, I'm gonna need you to get it out of here in the morning. So we'll fix it here. We're not a delivery service.
I will look over at Augie for confirmation. I will give you the look that says, "Is that okay, boss?" But it will be silent.
Yeah, she knows the look. She strokes her little raccoon beard and she scrutinizes Mr. Luciano. Give me the rest of your ribeyes, the bones, and then we'll collect them.
What?
You said you had ribeyes for dinner. That's some literally prime meat. I want your bones.
Aki, is this a friend of yours? This loud raccoon over here?
She just wants the bones, the leftovers, the bones.
No, I understand what she's asking for, right? But here's the thing. So, one cask for me to hide it, right? Half cask to get it fixed for you. No problem. Now you want me to give you my bones that I may want.
Ugh.
So that
Fine.
I have to also deliver it for you? That doesn't make any sense. You pick it up, it's yours. I don't want it.
Fine.
Augie,
I'm
Augie
not
will
running a
come and
daycare
collect
here.
it. Augie, we'll pick up a link of wieners on the way out from the hot dog stand.
Fine. Hungry, okay?
Little trash monster.
Yeah, you. I'm gonna chest up to him.
He
Mr. Luciano,
he
we're all being
He
Mr.
smiles,
Luciano.
and it's just all razor sharp teeth in his
Yeah.
smile.
And she
Mr.
just
Luciano, we're
just
all
hisses
being
at
polite
him.
here. We're all being polite here. There's no reason to, insult my boss, right?
I'm just saying that's not how deals are struck. Why would I give you something and then also pay to give you? Doesn't make any sense, Tiny. Doesn't make
All
any
right,
sense.
all right.
No. I'm talking about the monster part.
We're
Oh,
all
all
done
right.
here. We're done here. We're done. It was
Okay,
good. Thank you. It was a great deal. Good.
And he reaches down
trash
and like
collecting. It's a
he, like-
service.
he like one little claw comes out so you can shake it. As always, Aki, it's good dealing with you, Tiny. It was nice to see you again. I'll tell Gregor that you're still in business. And
Hey,
Yeah, give my best to Gregory. Thank you,
Of
Mr.
course.
Luciano.
of course,
You
of course.
sending your daughter down to my daughter's birthday party next week?
Yeah, of course I will. You get the whole. We got her and all the other little cublets. They're all coming down. It's probably like I don't know, 24 of them. I've been busy.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
All right, I'll see you kids later. And I'm watching you.
Yeah, keep an eye on your trash.
What does that mean?
Yeah, she's
I will,
just
I,
standing
will,
there.
I will grab Augie and start to leave. Just carry Augie with me.
So 3 out of the 4 of you can either hop through the bars, fly over them. But Tiny, how are you getting out of here?
Climbing. I'm a fucking gorilla. Just climb over it.
Someone please quote "I'm a fucking gorilla" by Iquin. Roll me. You know what? I don't. You don't have to roll.
I have 4
You-
hands. I can climb a fence, Mike.
They're meant to keep the animals in, Iquin. Okay.
Well, it's a lion cage, not a gorilla
lion-
cage.
The gorilla cage maybe, but the lion cage for sure is not meant to keep gorillas inside.
I was thinking about
Boss.
gorilla protection when they built this enclosure.
Why? The gorilla is trying to escape the lion enclosure. Better make it gorilla
Better
safe.
make it gorilla proof. You guys get out. You guys get out of the. My face hurts. You guys get out of the lion
Right.
enclosure. I assume you have the other 2 casks of rum with you. What are you doing? Where are you going? You still have a few hours before dawn, where you know that Mikey the meerkat goes to work.
I'll just pick up Augie to my face and be like, "So where to, boss?"
We gotta go see Mikey.
Well, he's not out now, boss.
Well, we gotta walk
Squawk!
there
He's
now.
not open. Go to hideout. Go to hideout. Squawk.
Yeah, let's go to the hideout. And I'm just,
Okay.
I'm just carrying, like forgetting about that I'm holding Augie. I'm just
No, wait,
going.
put me down. I want my hot
Oh,
dog.
sorry, boss.
Yeah, and she scurries on all 4s to the destroyed hot dog cart, and she starts rummaging for treasure. You're muted.
Muted.
You find a package of stale buns, a 1/4 full container of hot dog water that has mostly spilled out because of it being tipped on its side.
She's got a
And
flask. Like,
fucking
It's like
gross.
stupid.
That's so vile. And you find 1 half-eaten snack hot dog. That was the cart. It was just snacking on one.
Rentt goes up to Tip. Tip. Why is she our boss again? Squawk.
Because she got the brains. She's a nice tomato and got the brains with them. So
She looks
That's
over
what
and
she calls the
I
shot.
volunteered. And she takes a big swig and then she refills it. And then
yeah, see,
Augie
volunteer.
became the boss the same way most people become GMs. Like, I tried it once, and I've never been allowed to leave.
it's like, who's gonna be the boss? Everyone took a step back and she was
Yeah.
standing there.
Christ. Yeah, perfect. Where
She's got her sack of bread over her shoulder. She's got her flask of hot dog water, and they're just like strutting.
Hey,
Like,
you gonna give me one of those?
yeah, you want one?
Yeah.
And she tosses one of the stale buns to Aki. Yeah.
God damn
Do you think Mikey will come to us? We don't have to go to him, eh?
I don't
Yeah,
know, boss.
we should go to him. Why don't we go there now? Wait until the sun comes up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Squawk, too obvious. Squawk.
What do we know about the meerkat's space, Mike?
You know what? You know people.
Yeah, I do.
Why don't you roll for me?
What am I rolling?
You know people.
Oh, I know people.
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't joking.
The skill named the thing I said.
All right, that
Hell
is
yeah.
a lot of something.
That is
So
an 11. That is a full on
I get
success.
3 holds.
Actually, it's not 11. That's a 12. That's a 13.
Yeah, I get 3
Damn.
holds.
Yeah, you get 3. Yeah, that's true. You have 3 questions about Mikey the Meerkat's operations.
All right. What do we want to know?
He's does he travel to do the goods? Because not all goods can be traveled, right?
In games where questions can be asked, anyone can submit questions, but the person who rolled has the final say on if that is the question you're asking me. So, Melissa, if you want that question to be asked, let me know. But everyone, feel free to weigh in on questions.
Yeah. What else do we want to know? I think we might want to know the layout, right?
Okay.
And what else?
Is it
I think we wanna-
is Mikey's like pen or whatever a safe zone where like the mobs don't fight?
Mhm.
I want to say, like, do we know about like opposing factions and other stuff? Like, how good are our standing with the meerkats?
That's a good
All
one.
valid questions. You guys let me know which ones. You only got 3.
All right. So, let's start out with the space. Describe the physical environment.
Okay,
first.
cool. It is a prairie. It is a meerkat prairie. You know that Mikey the Meerkat runs the prairie. There is an underground, literally, underground network of meerkats, gophers, groundhogs, burrowing things that assist in the fencing network. They move things underground, quite literally. He runs the operation out of the prairie. So anyone that works in the prairie area, that's him. That's his people. So what you see when you were to get there, it's all flat land. There's a couple of trees, a couple of little areas of scrub brush, but it's a prairie. All of the big operations happen underground, which is things that you're not privy to. I mean, you might be able to get in there and see. The holes are a little too small for Augie to get into. No offense, but Augie, you might be able to get down there, but you've never been allowed down there to see.
Now
the
I'm just imagining the scenes from Penguin of Madagascar where they just plug the holes with "You didn't see anything."
100%.
Random thing plug.
100%. So that's what the physical environment looks like. Most of the operation, like 90%, is underground. There are fences. Mikey is the head fence.
All right. So then the next question is very much Augie's question, which is, so if they must deal with large goods such as these barrels.
Yep.
How do they manage large goods such as barrels when their operation is below ground? Is
Solid
there like
question.
a secret way to deliver this?
I will say this, because of who you are,
Mhm.
you're privy to some information here. You're not, I wouldn't say you're quite a fence, but you're a guy who knows how to get some things, right? They have secret hatches. For larger objects, for bigger things that won't fit in the getaway holes. They have secret tunnels and grates and things that are hidden under scrub to pull in bigger things. So the way they run things is you give it to them, you get your clams, you go away, that item disappears. No one really watches them do their job, but you're sneaky enough, small enough, quick enough that you've seen it a couple times.
So then what you're saying is that what Aki would know is that you have to deliver the goods to their prairie.
To the prairie. Yeah.
And then they manage it by shuffling it under through these secret
Correct.
hatches. And those secret hatches are in the prairie. They're not
Correct.
elsewhere.
Yep. Absolutely.
So we do have to go to them with the barrels.
Correct.
So then what was a third question, y'all? I feel like we got a lot of questions answered here.
What's our relationship with them?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. What is our relationship with them is the good one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mine was like the standing with the whole faction.
You know what? Here's what I'll do for that. You guys are not a made crew. You are a smaller crew. The petting zoo crew hasn't really cut their teeth yet. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have every one of you roll me magnetism. And I'm gonna give you an answer
Yeah.
based off the collective rolls here.
I'm gonna use my what am I negative ones going through?
I'm gonna use a +1.
7. Okay. Okay. So success with consequence. So all right. So success.
7.
Success with consequence. Success
I
with
got a
consequence.
double.
Success with consequence. Woof. That's a 9 with an enemy double. So a 9 with an enemy double is a minus a 2 -1 forward. And a give a +1 forward. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do, that is 3 mild successes or 3 success with consequences. Don't worry about the doubles for this one. This is just so I could determine where you guys are. You guys are on fairly neutral footing. Neutral, leaning towards good relationship, right? You know that that the meerkats, the prairie is a relatively neutral area. It is a relatively Sweden area or Swiss area where they're not getting involved in too many of these wars here.
They ain't Finland, that's for sure.
That's exactly. And you guys have a decent standing with Mikey and the Prairie crew. He's not going to look at you funny when you deliver something. As long as the goods are good, you're not trying to swindle him. And he knows you guys don't fall in with any of the one families. I will say, okay,
The Finnish polar bears, they're crazy.
that's true. That's true. You have to watch out for them. They're trying to start a whole fourth family. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
I will say, because you're using one of your skills here, Aki, the one danger with Mikey the meerkat, Mikey's greedy. He's not going to swindle you. He's going to get the best deal, right? Like he's not working for you. He's fencing for him. You come to a fence for a reason. It's like going to a pawnbroker. You know you're not going to get the full value, but he's greedy. Take that for whatever it's worth to you. But you guys are on decent standing with him. You're not negative. You're not positive. You're kind of right in the middle, that neutral zone.
The bird's right, Og. We got to get this back to our hideout.
All right.
Squawk,
Yeah.
going there now would be too obvious. Squawk, we'd be in ambush. Squawk.
We got nowhere else to go.
So what do you want me to
Hideout?
take this barrels,
Squawk?
boss?
Why don't you go fly ahead and see what you see? Come back and tell us if the coast is clear.
So, boss, do you want to go to the hideout then?
Hey,
Should I
firm.
bring the...
And the macaw just does this weird salute with his wing. It starts flying off.
So, should I head to the hideout or wait here, boss?
Let's start heading that. We gotta make a decision. We can't just stand here, right? Unless you guys want to share the hot dog water with me. We start heading towards.
No, I don't want to share the hot dog water. I'm just gonna grab. I just imagine that I have like one barrel under each arm for ease of carrying.
And a squirrel on your shoulder.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
I can have you on each shoulder. I mean,
So just so I'm clear, Rentt, you flew ahead.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are you scouting? Are you looking out? Is that what we're doing
Yeah.
here? Okay.
I would like to use my skill like the back of your hand.
Yeah, hit me with it. What does
And
it do?
basically, nobody knows the zoo better than you. At the beginning of a job, make a roll plus awareness. And basically 1 through 6 is -1 forward, 1 through 7 through 9, I gain a +1, or if I get above a 10, I gain a +1 ongoing.
Okay. Make the roll.
And where is, okay. Roll 20, why are you hiding my sheet from me?
It should be in the journal tab under your name.
Oh, dang.
You got a 5. So you have
I'm gonna add
minus.
one of my 2 forwards to that.
Okay.
So it's a neutral trade.
Okay, cool. So you lose +1 forward and you gain +1 forward.
Basically.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, so nothing happens for you. You do know the zoo pretty well. Yeah, there are already a handful of cool abilities that work at the beginning of the day, like the beginning of the job, that will help you throughout the job.
I forgot about it
That's
till the
okay.
start, so I thought I'd use it now.
That's okay. Cool. So
So I need to make that awareness roll for scouting.
Yeah. So make me an awareness roll for you on the lookout. That is a 10 with doubles. So a 10 with doubles for an ally boss is you gain a marker. Success, gain a marker. So you fly ahead, scouting all the way to and back, right? Like a dove going out to get that olive branch. You fly all the way to the petting zoo crew's headquarters, aka the petting zoo. And there are no choppers on the street. There are no monkey mooks on the street. It is clear shot home.
Rentt flies back to the group. Squawk, coast is clear. Squawk.
Nice. Let's move then.
What are the rest of you doing? You're all walking back to.
Yeah.
Aki is riding on Tiny's shoulder and chewing on his stale bread.
Okay. Sorry, you're right. You're not all walking back. Are you all going back to the petting zoo?
Yes. But Augie is strutting.
Of
right?
course. Yeah. Yeah, because you just got one over on the lions, at least in your head you did. Yeah, of course.
I have a sweet score right here, and she's like,
getting you got 2 barrels of rum, you're getting the vehicle fixed, you got a flask full of hot dog water, you had a dirty hot dog you found.
It's been a great night.
Yeah, you found, then chewed, pre-chewed gum, you used it to stop the hole. It's been a good time for you. That ABC gum, the best brand.
I don't know why you're laughing.
Best brand in the zoo. Man, I haven't said ABC gum since I was a child. What a throwback. Yeah, you guys make it through the zoo, all the way back to the petting zoo. What are you doing? Are you turning in for the night, waiting till morning comes so you can get over to the prairie?
I imagine that Tiny would just start hiding the barrels. I mean, we're a crew. This is something I imagine we've done before. Because like petting zoos usually have like the little things set up, so we just like take one of the barrels with ropes to sort of mark off an area and just switch it to our full barrels, so it looks like it's just part of the enclosure, and do that for both of them.
Okay, easy enough. What are the rest of you guys doing at the enclosure?
As Tiny's doing that, Aki is making circles around the barrels. He's pulled out a little notebook. With a little spiral notebook, one of those little 6-inch ones, and is making notes, essentially taking inventory, right, as a good accountant would do. And then when that is done, and Aki's assured of the quality of the rum that and knows how far up on the barrel that would be, takes a look at whether or not there's any damage to the barrel, etc. We'll begin to make calculations on how much they might be able to expect from this windfall.
Rentt is going to Augie with the say, all right, boss, I'll see you in the morning. Squawk. And he's going to fly off towards the birdcage where he actually lives, because Rentt is a hired lookout who works for the birds, because the birds its own faction. They're just a bunch of hired lookouts and sentries.
The parrots are their own faction. The birds, most of them work for Al Capone. But there is a neutral bird cage. Aki, you begin to take inventory. You suspect you can get 2 bags of clams, one bag for each rum barrel. As you're doing the accounting, Rentt, you sort of abscond back towards the bird cage. Tiny, you're disguising things. You hear a like a clop, 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 clop moving over to you, and you guys hear a What are you guys doing over here? You turn and you see Billy Tin Can Gruffalo of the Billy Goat's Gruff walk over and sees you burying something, sees you doing accounting, and sees Augie. Fucking Christ! The image in my head is Augie on like a rock, like legs crossed, got the fucking half a hot dog, like a cigar, and a flask, just like. Just eating
Yeah, and she's lit the other end, so it's like just like
like a smoked wiener.
But as soon as she hears the billy goat coming up, she immediately like scrambles up and like stands in front of like the entrance way. Goes, "Hey, what are you doing?"
I live here. It's my the petting zoo.
Yeah, but you don't live here. And she's totally changed her voice.
It's one big enclosure. It's one big.
Well,
I'm gonna stop what I'm doing and go stand behind her, just cross like two of my two arms and be like, "Boss says you don't live here. Don't live here right now."
just not right now. We got some things going on back there. You don't want to know.
Where else am I gonna go?
We just gotta give us like what? Kind of like 10 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, you don't even live here.
So I clean up all your trash. I provide a service.
Whoa. I clean up my own trash.
Do you?
He's telling the truth. He does. He does kind of clean up his own trash, boss. He really does.
He like shakes his head. I clean up. Me and the boys. We clean up our own trash. I don't need you eating any of my goods.
Whatever. And she throws up her hands. And she
he crosses his arms, his hooves, crosses them, and he like looks around, bends over onto all fours, and he like snatches up a tin can and just starts destroying a tin can. I clean up my own trash. I don't need any of you doing whatever you're doing.
Hey,
I will just move closer to him and stand, way too close into his personal space.
Tiny, back off just a little bit. Hey, buddy, don't worry. Don't worry about what Og said. Just do us a little favor. I'll owe you one.
I'll take one step back.
I'll take that deal. I'll take
just
that
10 minutes. We just need just a little bit of time. Just 10 minutes.
You know what, Aki, you're a good dude. I'll give you 10 minutes. You know what? I'll be back. And he like points to Augie as you see like the lid is still sticking out of it, like he's like still chomping on the lid. 10 minutes. And he fucks off into the goat pasture.
No one respects me around here. That's gonna change one day. As soon as we get in with Machine Gun Otto.
Sure thing,
He's
boss.
gonna respect me around here. I ain't gonna be just
gonna
a
respect
low...
you, boss.
What?
Yeah, they're gonna totally respect you, boss.
Yeah, they're gonna respect me. They're gonna, when they say my name, they're gonna put respect on it.
Hey, Og, sometimes you can get more of what you want when you have like a half-torn open thing of honey instead of an empty jar of vinegar. You know what I mean?
They all have their uses and their value.
Sometimes you just got to be a little bit of sweet.
There.
Yeah,
I am sweet as she takes a swig of her hot dog water.
Boss, like bananas. Bananas are sweet and they're really delicious.
There's a character in Family Guy that is just what I picture Augie as. There's a specific episode he's in where he like owns a golf course, and he opens a secret hatch in the golf course, and he's like, "Yeah, I got secret tunnels. You want to fight about it?" That's his whole character. It's like, "Yeah, I got this thing you weren't mad about. You want to fight about it?" That's Augie in my head.
So what? You got a tank.
Yeah, you want to fight about it?
You want to fight about it?
So you guys successfully hide and disguise your peanut rum barrels.
Yeah, definitely gonna move it around now when
of course. Now
Billy Goats are
Billy Gruffalo and the Billy Goats Gruff, they kind of are off on their own. Aki owes a favor. Rentt has gone back to his enclosure. Aki and Augie, you're not part of the zoo. Where do you bed down for the night? Also, Tiny, you don't live here in the petting zoo, contrary to what people might have you believe. Where do the three of you go for the remainder of the night until morning, until the meerkats wake up?
I would need to go back to the gorilla enclosure
Yeah.
and do whatever I do to get in and out from there.
Perfect.
I would just sleep in a tree.
Great.
Over top the goods.
Great.
Keep an eye
Aki?
on it.
Aki has lots of places that Aki stashes all of the things all around the zoo, and lots of little holes. And so I think that he probably sleeps in them, moving from one to another. This time he's going to pick a tree that is near the petting zoo to oversee the barrels.
I just imagine Aki like a tiny little fuzzy dragon, just on a horde of just random nonsense, just sleeping on it.
Trash and
Yeah.
Well, see you
Uh,
tomorrow, boss. I'm gonna get some shut-eye.
so Tiny, you head back to the gorilla enclosures. You just open the fence and open it and walk in, and close it behind you. You click the lock, put the key away, and the rest of the night passes fairly uneventfully. And the first rays of sunlight begin to crest over the horizon. There's a couple hours before the zoo opens. 1 hour prior to that is when the zookeeper starts to make his rounds. So you guys have 1 hour to get your rum to the prairie, to the meerkats, and make this deal for 2 bags of clams. We will pick back up with all of you collected at the petting zoo. How are you getting to the meerkats?
Morning, boss.
Yeah, morning. Scratch. So, you well rested, Tiny?
Yeah, boss. It was a nice sleep. I've got some bananas stacked away.
Mm-hmm.
We only got a couple hours before the zoo opens.
Yeah. Let's go.
Right. I'll pick up
Squawk.
the barrels from wherever I hide them and just carry them.
Should we go and pick up the cart first?
What do you want to do, boss?
We got to
yeah.
we got to pick up the cart anyway.
Yeah. So we can pick up the cart and use the cart to transport the barrels? Yes?
We could either carry the barrels over there, drop them off, and then go pick up the cart, or go get the cart, come back and get the barrels.
Probably better to take the barrels to Mr. Luciano. Yeah.
You want to take the barrels to Mr. Luciano?
Well,
I
because
thought
he's
we were
got
going
the
to-
cart.
We're going to carry the
Oh.
barrels to the lions, Tiny, and then from there, we'll go to the meerkats.
Yeah.
Whatever you say, boss.
And she looks up, Rentt, how's the path? Is there anyone out and about?
Squawk, I don't see the zookeeper. Squawk, but let me check.
Go ahead, roll me awareness.
Lots of awareness. Oh. Ouch.
You stare into the sun.
You don't see the zookeeper.
Damn.
That's a devil's fail.
You don't see the zookeeper. That's for sure.
Hmm.
Oh, that's a -1 forward for me.
That is a failure with an ally boss. You get failure. You gain 2 XP. Two XP for you. But other than that, you don't see him.
Ren, what does it look like? Ready to go?
Coast is clear. Coast is clear.
All right, let's go then. Tiny starts making his way, gorilla style.
So, are you going to the lions first, or are you going to the meerkats first?
We're going to the lion. That was the boss said. So that's what Tiny's gonna go, unless
Cool.
someone else redirects him.
Cool.
Yeah, and then we're gonna put the barrels on the cart and take the cart to the meerkats.
Cool. You get to the lion's den. The lions are nowhere to be seen from the outside of their enclosure. You assume they are sleeping, as lions sleep the majority of the day. But you do see several piles of Sahara bush scrub. It is in a large golf cart shaped pile, and you can clearly see through it because there's no leaves on the bush scrub. There is a golf cart there. All four wheels are on it. There are no bullet holes. It looks very good. Looks mint. But it's inside the enclosure.
All right, Tiny, you gotta lift it out.
All right, boss. So I'm just gonna climb in and gonna try to lift the cart and position it somehow without damaging it onto the fence so that I can climb out and then lift it over from the other side.
Yeah, roll me wild.
I mean,
Sure.
it doesn't have to be as he's doing it and it's kind of bumping against the thing. It's like, well, it doesn't have to be perfect because it was in a kind of a shitty state when we got it.
Dude.
Nice.
Damn it.
That is an 8. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
8 is a success with consequence. How do I want to do that? Yeah, okay, cool. You get it. You kind of like 2 hands on the bar, your hands on the bar, your feet, hands grab onto this thing, and you hoist this thing over, flip and drop. Yeah, that's it. You get it down, you guys can load the barrels in, and then are you headed to the meerkats?
Here you go, boss. 1 golf cart.
Sweet.
Want
Good
me to
job.
drive or do you want to drive?
You drive.
All right, boss.
And she kind of stands back and she looks at Tiny. Like, you're looking very dapper today, Tiny. And
Thank you, boss.
And she will climb in. Aki, nice hat.
Thanks.
And Rentt, she looks up. Did you get a new sweater?
No, same sweater as always.
Well, you look good. You guys are a good crew, and I'm gonna make sure you all get paid.
Like
Augie
the
is
sound of that,
clearly-
boss.
Augie is clearly drunk on hot dog water. She is sauced.
Fermented hot dog water.
New day.
Yeah, is that a new sweater you got on you? I got weak old hot dog water in me.
Ah,
So you guys all pile in. The golf cart heads over to the prairie, and you see like a live action whack-a-mole. Just several meerkats pop up in different locations, pop down. In other holes, pop up, look around. And you see 2 of them spot you guys. All of them pop down, and then 1 pops up, and you see with one of those like paperboy hats, a vest. This meerkat pops out, and then quickly following him, have to like force their way out of this smaller hole. 2 groundhogs. They tower relatively over Mikey the meerkat. They are taller than him, wider than him. They too have bowlers sort of tipped down over the eye, and you can see they have matching green vests with a gold chain that goes to it. And Mikey stands there, and he kind of is just rubbing his hands back and forth as he sees you guys, clearly waiting for him. The prairie access is fairly easy to get into. It's like a walled fence. Are you guys headed over there to see Mikey?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'll bring the bottles and just climb over.
Okay.
The bottles, the barrels, not the bottles.
Barrels, yeah,
the
yeah.
barrels, yeah, the barrels.
You guys all head over there, both barrels under your arms, and Mikey the meerkat says, "Hey, you guys looking to make a deal here? I may be heard through the grapevine that you got something for me."
Yeah, we might have something. You like peanuts?
I like rum better than I like peanuts, if you catch my drift.
Mm-hmm. And then she
Then I
will,
bet you love some peanut rum.
yeah.
You got it. What do you got for me?
2 barrels right here.
2 barrels. 2 barrels for me. Okay.
I will take a step forward, set both down, and keep my hands on the barrels.
Okay. You know what? Tell you what. You stay right here. Stubbs, Grubs, 2 bags of clams. Go get them. You see the 2 gophers back down into the hole.
No, we were thinking 3.
Well, you were thinking wrong.
Well, let's
She-
talk some more.
She just looks at Aki.
Roll me. He goes, okay. You know what? Maybe I was a little too hasty with you, little guy. What do you got? Usually my deal is 1 bag of clams per barrel. So you want to sweeten the deal. Let's see what you got.
How about a bag of stale hot dog buns?
She from her vest, she like gives them a glimpse.
How many hot dog buns are left?
Well, how many did I start with?
In an 8-pack of stale hot dog buns, how many are left?
4.
Okay. Ooh, that's a hot commodity. Stale hot dog buns. You get them, let me ask you this.
They're from the hot dog cart by the lion enclosure.
Oh, by the lion enclosure. Those are the good
Yeah.
kind. Those are the...
Yeah.
Those
And
are
you
the
won't
best.
Sesame
see any-
seeds.
You won't be seeing any more out of there because the hot dog stand is all gone.
With
Yeah.
sesame seeds?
Yeah.
Is that a thing anywhere?
Yeah.
Don't you've never
Oh,
seen a
it's-
hot dog bun that has sesame seeds on
No! No!
it?
Never in my whole life.
Goddamn Canadians.
Fucking
Yeah.
Canada. Fucking Canadian raccoons.
That's standard, but you can't get them.
He looks at you and says, "Okay,
Dude,
that's a 4 count. I can't give you a whole bag of clams for that.
Yeah, but
what
it's
I
the
can do-
last 4. It's the last 4 you'll ever get out of that cart.
Yes, 4 all I
That
can
cart
get.
is gone.
Cart destroyed. Cart
Uh,
destroyed. Not
you know the
back for a
boss only
while.
brings the good buns.
Uh,
Boss
Aki,
always brings the good buns.
Aki, roll me magnetism for this deal,
Okay.
for the shenanigans here.
Do I have any bonuses? Let me look here. I got a +1.
Okay, throw it on there if you want.
All right. Ooh, that's not gonna help too much. 6.
That would be a 6 with a +1. Yeah, that is unfortunately a failure. He looks to you and says, "You know what? Here's what I can do. I can give you a bag of clams for each barrel, and I'll give you a package of honey roasted peanuts for the stale bread."
Aki gives Augie a look, eyebrow raised.
And Augie does
Rin's
not
head-
have a
Rin's head tilts at that offer.
and Augie does not have a poker face. She's like,
Yeah, honey roasted over a fire.
That's a deal.
Done. And he like rummages in his pocket and he pulls out a small like those carnival peanuts that you get like with out of the honey roasted machine, and he like throws it over to you as you
And
throw
he
over the
tosses.
buns to him, and he's like, oh, one's gone immediately. He tucks them
Yeah.
into his pocket and he says, I tell you what, you guys stay right here. I'm gonna go check on Grubs and Stubbs to see what the hell's taking them so long. Those clams should have been here any second, they should have been here a minute ago. I'll be right back. And he dives headfirst into the hole. Rentt, make me an awareness check.
Did they
Yeah, and
take our
she's-
barrels?
They did not. The barrels are
No.
still in front of Tiny.
No, I'm holding the barrels. I just set them down to show them.
That is
and I'm
a
holding on to
9.
them.
I'm going to add a +1 to that for a 10.
Okay, that is a 10. Rentt, you are flying. You're flying above Tiny. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're flying. So you see this a second before anyone else does, or a few seconds before anyone else does. You see 2 people are coming from the opposite side. They're probably about halfway across the prairie towards you. You see Ollie the alligator and Big Renee the rhino are walking towards you, and you know, as a neutral party, the macaws, Ollie the alligator and Big Renee the rhino are 2 of Al Capone's hitters. Stubbs and Grubs weren't taken a long time. They were bought out. You guys have been set up.
no.
You see Ollie the alligator, teeth big grin a mile wide, and you see Big Renee the rhino just cracking their hooves, their rhino hooves, as as Big Renee sort of just shakes her head, and you see like a little tit bird just fly off into the distance, and you see the two of them walking up, and Ali the alligator looks to you and says, "Look what I have here. You guys seem to have brought us back some stolen goods."
You don't see any of that around here.
See that logo there on the top of those barrels? That's the Flamingo Brothers. And the Flamingo Brothers, they work for Al Capone. And they don't sell rum by the barrel. So, you want to try that again?
What does the stupid owl want with us, Squawk?
He wants his barrels of rum back. 4 went missing. I see 2.
If boss says this
finders
ain't your
keepers,
barrels,
Squawk.
if boss says this ain't your barrels, this ain't your barrels. Back off.
Oh, okay.
As they're talking, Aki's there trying to rub the flamingo logo off of one of the barrels.
Spitting on it, rubbing it. Outstanding. Yeah, you see Big Renee. Sorry, lost the name. You see Big Renee sort of step up next to Ali, and like is in direct line, right? Like this is like a line of scrimmage to Tiny. And you see that Ali sort of, Big Renee squares up, reaches in to her pockets and pulls out. God, brass knuckles seems so funny at this point. Brass knuckle hoof caps that she snaps on over her ivory toenails. She says, "Well then, we must have been mistaken in our
I think
approach
you are.
I will bring out my own knuckle dusters, and then I also have a cut of shotguns. I'm just gonna take that, sort of put it in front of me, knuckle dusters showing, and like, I think you're really mistaken, like boss says.
Yeah, maybe you are mistaken because maybe you just don't know your flamingos very well. Because you see, I'm not from around here, so how do you know these aren't my own barrels that I've acquired somewhere else that I'm using your fine establishment to fence off? Because if you notice, and she points at the logo that's clearly a flamingo, this is a Chilean flamingo, whereas the Flamingo Brothers are American flamingos. If you knew your breeds, you would know. And 4 barrels, this is only 2. So clearly, this is not, we don't have 4, we only have 2, so hello?
Ali, you know what? They have a point. They do have a point. This is only 2.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell a Floridian flamingo from a Chilean flamingo. Can you, Ali?
Oh,
And
you
Ali,
can tell in the way the feathers go, and she like with her claws, she's like
making the feathers go. Oh, okay. You know what? That could very well be my mistake. Ali, maybe you should show him. And Ali grins again, a mile wide, and he reaches into his leather jacket and he pulls out a rolled up piece of paper. And he sort of throws it down on the ground in front of you. And all 4 of you can see front page news, the Daily Zoo. There is the 4 of you with 4 barrels of Flamingo Brothers rum and a cart full of monkey mooks chasing you down. And it says, Runaway rum heist at the Flamingo Brothers. Care of petting zoo crew.
damn drop bear. And then she's like, do you guys like honey roasted peanuts? And then she throws the peanuts in their face.
Absolutely. Roll. Are you running?
Well, that's what Aki is shouting.
Okay. So for hot damn. For the peanut distraction, Augie, I need you to roll me sly. I think sly.
Where's my character sheet? I have like meerkat, hot dogs, flamingo, windows open.
Yeah.
I mean, if Augie is throwing the peanuts, that's the sign for Tiny. He's gonna go on with Renee the Rhino. Just
Yeah, throwing
Perfect.
the peanuts is the universal
Is the
sign.
universal sign of
that
let's
is a universal
get
sign.
let's get down
I'm
to
gonna-
business is what that's.
I'm
Yeah,
just
for
gonna
sure.
take the shotgun and fire at both of them, like the
Okay.
first thing. If the peanuts are flying, the bullets will too.
So roll me precision.
Sorry,
Do
am
that
I rolling?
No, you're rolling me. What did I say? Sly. Augie's rolling sly.
Yeah.
Tiny's rolling precision.
Okay.
Yes. So
No initiative order. Are we just shooting?
no, there is
Well,
no notation warning,
so
apparently.
Augie threw that up and immediately Tiny shot. So if you have an immediate reaction to Augie throwing that,
No.
okay,
It's
Augie, that is a 9. That is a success. You successfully distract Ollie the alligator. That is a 10. Iquin, what is the damage on your shotgun?
I think it's 2.
2. Okay, fantastic. So you pull the sawed-off shotgun. You fire a round into the thick hide of Big Renee.
Since I can split the damage, since it's a shotgun, I will just say I just fire it.
That's
at
true.
both
You
of
fire
them.
at
It
both
just
of them.
scatters them.
Perfect. You fire at both of them. You see them both sort of step back a little bit as they get peppered with birdshot. Big Renee, like sort of like you see her foot scrape the ground, and she charges directly towards you. Horn first.
Oh, it's not
I have
duster
to-
time.
I have to roll dice.
Oh no! Do you need to roll dice in this one as well?
I do need to roll dice in this one. Let's see here. Cool. Let me just double check one thing here. It's wild too. Yeah, cool. 6. So Big Renee runs towards you and just is swiping at you with her knuckle duster hooves. Meanwhile, Ollie the alligator, Aki, just so I'm clear, you started to run? Did you start to run, or are you still there?
I think Aki started to run, but then when doesn't sense anybody following, like turns around and then like they don't pay me enough for this, and then runs back to the barrel and begins to use that as like a block. Right.
Love it. So Ollie the alligator sees the fight between Tiny and Big Renee, Tiny and Big, and he snaps his jaws over at Augie for hot damn. That's a 14. Those are big. I'm putting up big numbers, ladies and gentlemen. So that is going to be 2 damage to you, Augie. Doubles. Doubles.
Attacking me, sorry?
Big Ollie. Ollie the alligator. That is a critical success, and he gains +1 forward.
Yeah, you're getting eaten.
Yeah, you are. He snaps you, and like a chunk of your tail is gone as he snaps out and tries to get you. Rentt and Aki, you haven't gone in combat yet. What are the two of you doing?
Rentt is flying up to use his little flying elevation to stay out of melee range of these two, and he's going to shoot. You just see this bird somehow holding a 1911 with his 2 feet, like
Love
one like on top of the slide, the other wrapped around the trigger.
Love it. I love
it
this.
looks ridiculous.
I love this. This is
and
my
I am
favorite part of
going
the
to
game.
fire.
Okay. Who are you firing at?
I am firing at the alligator.
Okay. So roll me precision. That is a hot miss right there. That's what that is. That is a 4. No doubles. That is a full-on miss. You have a failure. Mark 1 XP for your character. That is you, Rentt. Aki, what are you doing?
Aki will take aim at the alligator using the barrel for cover.
Love that. Roll me precision. 10. 11.
11.
What is the damage on your revolver? 1, I believe.
The
Yes.
sidearms is 1.
If you say so.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm using the Colt.
Yeah. And are you attacking Ollie or Big Renee?
Ollie.
Ollie. Okay, perfect. Boop, boop. Fantastic. Another series of we'll go with Tiny and Augie. What are you two doing?
I'm gonna start like squaring up, fighting with the Rhino. Be like, hey, Rentt, Aki, help boss, he doesn't get eaten. I got this, and like just gonna punch Rhino with the knuckle dusters.
Okay, roll me wild. Hit me with that bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
That is a 10.
10,
What's the
yeah.
damage here?
Let's see, melee weapons 1.
Okay. And you are fighting Big Renee.
Yep.
Okay.
I bigger up the 2 targets, of course. Tiny gonna take that. Scream to the
course.
other ones, just help, boss. I got this. Like, just smack that horn.
So Big Renee thunders back. That is 2 damage from Big Renee. To
I
you.
take only 1 because I am tough as nails.
Sweet. So yeah, you take that damage a little bit. Augie, you are you're face to mouth with Ollie the alligator.
What are they wearing?
A leather jacket.
And they're just biting. They're not doing anything. They don't have any other weapons.
That's all you've seen so far.
Okay. Let's see. All right, she's going to hiss at Ollie first of all, and scramble away just to get a little bit of distance. And she's going to pull out her revolver, and she's going to shoot.
Okay. Roll me precision.
Precision. That is an 8.
That is 8. So a revolver is 1 damage against Ollie the alligator. Fantastic. Ollie charges forward towards you. You see him open his jacket as he does so, and he pulls something out of it, the opposite side of where the newspaper was. And he brings forth a baseball bat wrapped in zoo barbed wire, and he swipes out at you, Augie, as you are the official, unofficial boss of this crew. That is a 9. That is 2 damage towards you, Augie.
Yeah.
Rentt and Aki. Tiny is requesting your assistance to help protect the boss. What are the 2 of you doing?
Stay away from the boss, Squawk. Shooting
you
at the stupid gator?
Roll me precision. That's
a
9.
9.
That's a success.
Doubles.
1. Oh yeah, that's true. Doubles. Good call. Doubles with a 9 is you get -1 forward. You give +1 forward.
I'm going to give the +1 to the raccoon.
Okay. So 1
and
damage.
Sidearm, so it's 1 damage.
Yep. Aki, what are you doing?
You scaly palooka!
Aki will scramble up the barrel, which I presume is behind Augie, and is now using Augie for cover, but trying to find a good break to hit that alligator right between the eyes.
Hell yeah. Roll me precision. That is a 5, 6. That's a 6. If you have a +1 forward, you can make that a 7 and hit.
I have no +1. Wait, do I? Yeah, I still have 1.
Great. If you want to make that a success, you can make it a success.
All right, let's do that.
Okay. So that is a success with consequence. You fire on Ollie. It does not hit him right between the eyes. And it does not seem to dissuade him from trying to pummel Augie into dust, into little raccoon bites. Tiny, you're up.
Hi, last chance to get your brains together, Rhino. Another punch.
Hit me with that wild. For 7. That's a 7. It still hits.
Yeah, it's still good. Still good. No, it's just
Yeah. So 1 damage.
yeah.
Boop. Okay. And she hits right back. That is an 11. That is a full 2 damage to you, minus the 1 because of your toughest nails. So
Yep.
1 damage. And again, Ollie tries to snap. Actually, Augie, you go first.
Is Ollie adjacent to me?
Yeah. Yeah, he's in melee range.
Can I jump back from and get out of melee range?
Sure.
All right. And Aki is holding on to me, or Aki is holding on to me.
Sure.
So Aki is also out of melee range.
Yeah.
And then I am going to pull out of my vest a stick of dynamite and go and then run it with my teeth and throw it. Open your mouth, bitch! Open sesame!
Hold on. I gotta remember what the hell dynamite roll was. Precision. It's precision. Roll me precision.
Yeah, and then I am gonna use my boom skill.
Yeah.
I know how to maximize the effects of explosives. When I'm bringing the heat with grenades, dynamite, and modifiers, I use sly instead of precision.
Okay, roll me sly.
Well,
That is a 12. Okay, so your grenade does 3 damage.
it is though it is loud.
Outstanding. Oh yeah, it's very loud. Okay, so you throw this grenade. You jump back, drag Aki with you. You throw the grenade. Ollie takes 3 damage. You see him drop to the ground. Big Renee takes 2 damage. Tiny takes 2 damage. And you see a bunch of like the meerkat hole cave in. And like dust sort of like around. You see big in the dust, Big Renee is moving and she grabs Ollie and she's dragging him away from the fight. Back the direction they came from, unless Tiny stops them.
Nope. Since I took another damage, Tiny's starting to look kind of rough, so he's going to move back and put his arms out, protecting especially Augie and the rest of the crew.
Okay. Yeah, you begin. They begin to pull away. The dust begins to settle. You guys have been victorious against Al Capone this day, but as the prairie dust settles, you see that the hole formed by the dynamite into the underground prairie network, there are no barrels there. And that's where we end this episode of Zoom Mafia.
No!
Oh,
That was
You
fucking
got
stone barrels while we were fighting.
Mikey the Meerkat! Yeah,
You better running.
That's all I
So-
gotta say.
This was Zoo Mafia. This is a powered by the apocalypse version of Zoo Mafia that is created by our friends over at Nerdarchy. If you like this, you can go to the website. You can sign up for this. You can get this 16-page book. It includes pre-generated characters. It includes all the classes minus 2 that you saw here today. One was the Grifter, and one was I think it was it. Only the Grifter we saw today.
No, the Goon. The Goon.
Oh, and the
is
Goon.
one
That's
of
right.
them.
So the Goon and the
Goon and
Grifter are not in the.
No, Mike. It's the Goon and the Driver.
Oh, right.
We did this
Sorry.
in the chat earlier.
The Goon and the Driver are not in the original book, but you can get this book and this adventure as part of that. Go over to the Nerdarchy website. Go check them out. And if you like it, tell them you found it here. That being said, let's go around, do our introduction so we can get the hell out of here, do our after show, and then I can go see John Wick 4. We will start with our newest addition to the one-shots. Melissa, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
Hi, everyone. I'm Melissa Meyer, Draftier, wherever you can find me, which isn't a lot of places, to be honest. and I'm just a big fan. So I guess you'll find me wherever these folks are being their fan.
Perfect. G, we've already heard from you. We'll hear from you at the end. Matt, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
I'm Matt or D playing Rentt the Macaw today on the One Shots, and you'll find me on Mike's Discord here in the One Shots or in the Patreon campaign every third Saturday of the month. Please check it out.
Yeah, hell yeah. Iquin, same questions. Who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to?
I'm Iquan, the resident Swede. I am in the Discord where I usually try to pick up people to run Call of Cthulhu games. Mainly, I run other stuff as well, and it's all off camera. So if you don't like to run it on camera like here, you can always chat at me and see when my next thing is, because I usually have a game scheduled ahead. So Discord, all the good stuff in the community.
Hell yeah. And last but not least, G, who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to?
Hi, my name is G. I'm your friendly neighborhood lightning invoker, and you can find me in the Discord. You can find me on all things Patreon and modding for the streams during the week. Next weekend, you will see Melissa and I, plus Necrotic and our other friend, for Atari Twilight, episode 2 of Age of Always. We're looking forward to that. And then with D down there, you'll see me in the Patreon campaign on the third Saturday.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
With that, we're out of here. Thank you for hanging out for our Patreon one-shots. I hope you enjoyed Zoo Mafia. I hope you go check it out yourself. Get your hands on the free copy of this game. But from all of us to you, we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.